order the Wednesday, April 23rd, 2024.
No,
It's
it's
Tuesday.
a typo. It's Tuesday.
The Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024 meeting of the Planning Commission. Everyone can rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, can you do the roll call, please?
Yes. Commissioner Bardas?
Here.
Commissioner Dolan?
Here.
Chair Kempner?
Here?
Commissioner Stapp indicated he would be absent. Commissioner Hamame indicated she would be absent. Commissioner Arnsman?
Here.
And Commissioner Woods also indicated he would be absent.
Thank you. Anybody like to make a motion to excuse the commissioners who are not here?
I make a motion to excuse, oh, do I have to run through their names though?
Commissioner Stapp, Hamame, and Woods.
Staff, Hamame, and Woods.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? They are excused. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve agenda for today's meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved. Approval of the minutes, none. Communications. Do we have any additional communications?
No communications.
And moving to citizen comments. This is time for items not on the agenda. You'll have time to address agenda items during the meeting. For any comments, we ask that you come to the podium, state your name and city of residence, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. The Planning Commission will not engage you in conversation, but will be noting your comments and will try to address them during discussions. Do we have any citizen comments for items not on the agenda tonight? Okay, moving on. The Capital Improvement Plan.
And we have the Finance Director, Carl Johnson, here tonight to talk to you about the Capital Improvement Plan, and this is also a public hearing.
Do I have to open a public hearing after he talks, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hi there, good evening. My first venture in front of you. I've only been here a few months, but hopefully we'll make this short and sweet. So thought I'd just start with, I guess in the last 3 months I've been here, I've screwed up everything and revised and changed and everything else. And I guess you're used to talking for hours and hours and hours over the capital improvement plan. So I thought I'd start from the beginning because you shouldn't be talking for hours and hours and hours about the capital improvement plan. So the capital improvement plan before you is a plan created by the city manager in his proposed budget, presented to the mayor and council for their ultimate approval. So whether you approve it or not, that is the process. The Planning Enabling Act requires it to come before you to get your opinion on the items in it, and specifically related to improvements to public structures and improvements. So it comes before you as the masters of the master plan to ensure that what the city is proposing over the next 6 years matches or is in compliant with that, because anything that the city does must ultimately be approved by you. So if we were to build a new building, et cetera, it would all have to come before you just like anything else would. So that is the purpose of the CIP coming before you. Most people say, why in the world is the CIP plan coming before the Planning Commission? The Planning Enabling Act of the state of Michigan requires it to come before you just to offer you the opportunity to make recommendations to the mayor and council to ultimately approve the plan and make any recommendations that you may have specifically related to items in there related to the master plan. So the reason this goes pretty quickly is the majority of this stuff in here is capital as defined by the state of Michigan and those crazy accounting rules. So it's purchases of trucks and vehicles and repairs and new roofs and HVAC units, et cetera. The only thing related to the public infrastructure is the water and sewer lines, so it's actually water lines that we're replacing, and the lead lines that are being mandated for us. So over the next 10 years, the city is basically spending all of our money in the water and sewer and road funds to replace the lead lines and then repave the roads on top of it. Everything else you see in here related to parks and buildings, et cetera, it's not new, it's just improvements or repairs and those kind of things. So there's really no new infrastructure or public improvements that are gonna be on there. So even though it's 3 pages long, there's really, most of it's repairs and maintenance, and again, the only infrastructure and public improvements is those items that I just talked about, the lead lines and the water line, and obviously the repaving the roads. So for you, it would be any new roads, any new lines, any new development, et cetera, which there are none. So really, it's before you, but there's really nothing to talk about per se. So that is the overview. Ultimately, what usually happens, or the recommendation, is that you recommend approval to the mayor and council for them to ultimately approve it. So the planning commission reviews it, and any comments you may have, you can add comments to it, but ultimately what you're looking for is a recommendation from the planning commission of approval of the CIP document. So that's it. That's the overview.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I had just a couple. So I just wanted to verify, there's the Cummings parking lot. Is that that's the house and the property that was purchased for a public parking lot?
So again, I don't have the detail on that.
Oh,
so.
okay.
I can speak to that.
Can you? Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes, it
okay.
is.
Okay. So that's in 27, 28. That parking affects us quite a bit. So that's
That
really
is
good to know that that's actually on the docket. Okay. This is out of curiosity, this is a budget question. On the PACER rating for major roads and streets, there's like a drastic budget drop in 26, in the fiscal years 26 and 27 and beyond. Is there a reason for that, or is that just?
Well, that's an annual ratings they do, but again, that's no construction. That is just the cost of getting the PACER ratings.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm just curious. It's like 24,000, 30,000, then it goes down to 15, like after. Like, is that just your projected costs for something? It just drops after.
That's the
a couple
DPW
years?
director's estimated
Okay.
cost, yep.
Okay, no problem. I just found that interesting, that's all.
And again, odds are, it's anything more than a couple years, it's hard to project those things out there. So it just keeps it on the radar that that's something that will be
Okay.
done annually, so.
Okay, and then on the water main and road work projects for 24, 25, 25, 26, do you happen to know what major what roads are planned for?
I do not.
No, okay, that's just budget allocated for potential.
They have a specific one, I didn't write
Okay.
what it was.
I do have a question. This may be a dumb question. Is there anywhere in the capital improvement plan that says how much revenue the city actually brings in?
No, that has nothing to do with revenues. This is, again, the Planning Enabling
the
Act says
budget.
6-year capital improvement plan. So it's just the items there, and more than half of it will never get done.
All expenditures.
Yeah, and I just was wondering, like, as far as how much the city brought in, and is it funded 100% with taxes and stuff, and,
That's the budget process.
Yeah.
So tune into that exciting
Okay.
4 hours that we had the other night.
I'll
so,
stay tuned.
yes. But that's what we do on an annual basis, is determine what we can afford,
Mm-hmm.
which is, like I said, half of it won't get done because we can't afford to do it all. This is just the stuff we'd like to do.
The wish
if
list.
the
In a
money-
perfect world.
Yes, exactly.
Any other questions for the moment? All right, I guess I will open the public hearing portion of it then. We'll open the public hearing at 7:09. Is there anybody here who would like to speak on the CIP?
Sorry.
Kristen, did we have any additional comments on the CIP?
No.
Okay. I will also close it at 7:09 then. Are there any additional comments, questions, thoughts? I have one comment that I would love to be forwarded on, and it is about the community center. I would love it if we didn't have to wait a number of years to repair that southeast wall separation. If we could move that up a little bit, that would be super groovy, since it has been like that for entirely too many years, and I'd like to not see that ruined.
probably causing more damage too.
It is probably causing more damage. Because it's been
It's been a while since they took the ice rink out.
7 years. It's been a while, so. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, thank you for your time.
Okay.
And we will move on to the site plan extension for the Berkley BP.
Thank you, Carl. Actually, you do need a motion.
Do we,
for
yeah, we need a
that.
motion to
Oh, right,
recommend.
right, I'm sorry. Yeah, I need a motion to recommend the CIP.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the capital improvement plan as presented to us at the meeting for city council.
A second?
Do we approve or are we recommending?
Recommending, I
Okay.
think. Did I say rec?
You said
I,
approve.
we recommend it move forward without comment.
Can you call the vote?
Yes. Commissioner Bartis.
Yes.
Commissioner Dolan.
Yes.
Commissioner Arnsman.
Yes.
Chair Kempner.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Very good. Okay, now I'll move on to the site plan extension for Berkley BP.
So this was something that was before you almost 2 years ago now. They're looking for their second site plan extension. This would be their final site plan extension. There was a memo included in your packet that listed the reasons why they were seeking the extension. In order for their site plan to move on to the next step and no longer require extensions, they would need to submit for a building permit, which per their correspondence, I'm hopeful that will happen soon. If you have any questions, I'm available to answer them.
I was thumbing through the plans. Nothing's changed with the
Correct.
overall. Yeah, okay. Then I don't have any, I have no questions. I think you have never saw this before, I think, Commissioner
No.
Arnsman, but.
But this is just for an extension, right?
Mhm.
All right, then a motion. Sorry, does anybody want to come and speak to this?
I just have a question. Do I need to stand up to ask a question?
Please do. I mean, we're not going to go back and forth with questions, but, and state your name for the record, please.
So, my name is Tom Swayze. I'm actually not a resident of Berkeley, but I own a property on Cambridge. And my question tonight is, so I met Diana, because I'm actually a realtor, and I talk with different people, and she's on, towards Woodward on Cambridge. And I thought there was a discussion tonight to talk about the expansion of a parking lot, and which does affect the residents there with the value of their homes. And I thought tonight was going to cover that topic. So that's my question, is that, I guess it's not on the agenda tonight, but is that scheduled to be on the agenda of one of these meetings?
So to expand a parking lot on Cambridge?
Yeah, it's on Cambridge. I think there was like a zoning approval that's going to be, or a approval to expand that parking lot's going to be needed. So it's going to be, I think the plan is basically to take, there's a home that's on the south part of Cambridge that's closest to the businesses, to take that building down or buy the home, level it, and then turn it into a parking lot.
So nothing's popping into my head, but if you leave your contact information, I can give you a call
Okay.
tomorrow and we can
Okay.
kind of figure it out.
Thank you.
Sorry for jumping in.
No, you're good.
I can talk, we can talk after the meeting too.
I just watched the video from your February 27 meeting, talking about the community center and the parking spaces went on
Is
quite
it,
a while.
is it the Jewish Community Center?
Yes.
And
I think it was on Cambridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
from talking to somebody at City Hall, it was my impression they were going to talk about the parking situation because of the fact that whoever owns, I don't know who owns that property, his name is Aaron, I don't know. And, he supposedly bought the house.
Let's talk right when we're done.
It'll only be like a couple more minutes. The rest of this is going to be super quick. All right, so does anybody have a motion for me?
Yeah, motion to approve site plan extension for Berkley BP PSP 0522.
Second it.
Can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Dolan?
Yes.
Commissioner Arnsman?
Yes.
Commissioner Bartis?
Yes.
Chair Kempner?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right, does anybody have any comments or reports that they would like to comment or report on?
Well, I'll talk Chamber. Chamber is moving forward with Art Bash, Street Art Fest, and a new campaign that's going to bridge the two called Berkley Has Heart, like art heart sort of thing. So that'll be going on, and I think that's really about it. This is all the other normal events that they're starting to plan regarding pub crawl, restaurant weekend, Berkley. I can't say there's much more.
For the environmental, I wasn't able to attend the last one, just due to a scheduling conflict. But it did look like that they have changed it this month to the 4th Thursday, so it'll be upcoming.
Okay.
I think that was to get the
That way you can forget everything before the next meeting.
council. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. To get the council person Jessica to be able to attend.
Gotcha.
Because I think she was
It's
also
at
on
the same time
yeah,
she's
as
on the
the-
rep for ours, which is Tuesday at the same
chamber,
time,
yep.
yeah.
So.
There's not enough reps off of city council.
The DDA met and knee-deep into planning Berkeley Pride, which I think is June 23rd, if I remember correctly. It'll be awesome as usual. And along with that, Berkeley Has Heart kind of campaign. There is some working on a map with murals and different features of our downtown to kind of like draw people in. So that's still a work in progress, but what I saw looked beautiful. So I think that's all I can remember from that one. Any additional comments?
Go ahead.
No, you, please.
I was just going to plug the zoning ordinance, but you all seem like you have been taking a look, so I appreciate that. That's it.
City council met, we had our first reading of the parklet update to allow adjacent locations to those, so it was a modified ordinance. We also had our budget work session. Interim city manager, Matt Baumgarten, is gone, and so now we have Nate Geiser. But there's a T in there, but I think it's silent. I call him Nate because I don't know. He started yesterday, or last week officially. And then I just want to thank you guys. Happy Volunteer Week. I know you guys put a lot into this commission. All of our boards and commissions do, but being a prior planning commissioner, I understand the amount of work and studying and CE, so I appreciate it on behalf of council. I'm sure they do too.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned at 7:18.